Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we live. All right, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? Commodore Labs here today, bringing to you guys another Kingdom manga discussion. Today, we're covering chapter 539 of the best ongoing manga weekly, the soon-to-be third best-selling manga of 2017. Favoritism and stuff, One Piece and another series we're not going to mention on here, Attack on Titan. But joining me today to talk about the greatness of Kingdom, as always, fellow member of the Sixth Grade Channels of Chin, my boy, first time on the channel, Melozzo. What's good, bro?
I wonder if I still qualify to be a sixth general of kin. Like,
I just realized that now. Yeah. Oh shit. He's an invader. Yeah, but what's good, fam?
I'm good, man. Like, first time in a stream and a bit, and I'm happy to be here. And I still I kind of wanted to check your history. Like, this is the first stream on your channel. You said.
Definitely, yeah. Like, because I try to get you on for so long, and then I guess like life in general, life is always going to be getting in the way and stuff. But like now is like the perfect time. Like I caught you on a good day, so
yes, national holiday here.
Definitely.
Let them like the stream. You like the stream.
Yeah, definitely like the stream, guys. If you haven't already, 5 subs away, man. We're about to the 500 commanders status.
Ooh.
I was like, whoa. I said, bro, I said I was gonna try to hit that by the end of the year. I said this at the end of October. I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm going to Sonyu. Basically, I'm still in Sonyu. We reach 1,000, then we'll go to the coalition.
Yeah, man.
See how it goes. But yeah, man, pretty much go through our ratings for the chapter, just kind of go through highlighting the chapter and stuff, anything we found interesting, basically, if you want to talk about it, and we'll just do that. But Darkseid just came through, so what's good, man?
Hey. Yo, what up, man?
What's good?
I'm just chilling. What up, Melozzo?
What's up, Darkseid?
Yeah, so we have 2 Chin versus 1 Zhao at the moment.
Team Zhao seems like they're in the lead right now, though.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, after this chapter,
fucked up, man.
Definitely. But basically, yeah, we'll go through our ratings and stuff. I'll ask Mel since first came in. So Mel, what you thought of the chapter, and if you had to give it a rating, what would you give it?
I think it was a really fun chapter to read. I enjoyed reading it. It got a good
wonder why.
out of me.
Page one.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 out of 10 levels for me is Assassin or Roku, code, that's 10. But yeah, I'd give it that. I think it was a very good chapter. It, concluded the second day pretty well. Gave us all we need to know about where we are going into the third day, and then also gave us a nice little treat at the end for us Zhao fans.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my! But Darkseid, how about you, man? We thought of the chapter.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. It was a great chapter. I always like those chapters where it's kind of kick back and chill. You just see the characters interacting with each other and stuff. I always appreciate those chapters. I feel like we should get more of those. And then after all the chill stuff happens, just the stuff at the end, man. Hecky, he fucked up.
Yeah,
he fucked up, man. And I've always liked the shit on Hecky, and this just adds more fuel to the fire. So I'll take it.
Yeah,
but this really messes up Yotama's battlefield, and I don't really know how she can come back from this unless she 1v1s and kills Rozo or something. That's the only way she can win now.
Yeah, I mean it's a difficult position that they're in right now, but maybe just because I have faith in her, because she's Bait, I just can't see her losing still. After all the buildup that we've had, she confronted Hoken. Come on, man. Let's say that's the god of the verse. When we put aside Renpa for the moment, but I trust her. I trust her that she'll figure some kind of way. And Hecky, listen, man, you got caught slipping at night. You shouldn't have been sleeping. You should have had one eye open.
Maybe you just have faith in the plot armor, because if this wasn't a story, I would not bet on Yotama right now.
Yeah,
that's very true. Yeah.
You know what? Even if the supplies weren't destroyed, I was always saying they were at a disadvantage from day one when they had Rozo's camp and SSJ's camp against her.
Yeah, we don't even know how many numbers Rozo has still. He might have 50k just to himself.
Yeah, whatever's in the city and stuff too, that's hiding out.
And the fact
And
that
has
Yotaro,
Shinsuju's army, have they even fought Yotamo's army yet? It kind of
no,
seems
they
like it's just been Rozo's army versus
So
Yotamo.
they've
And
been
it's like
reserved. They've been
an
reserved for
entire
this stuff.
like 80 or 90K just like watching the battle. Like, what's up with that?
exactly, and then to the point where Rozo's men were going toe to toe with Baggio, and putting some stress on Yotaro. I was just like, mate, this should be over. Like, if she wins this, I can't. There's no answer Harry can give me that. No answer you can give me that will make this acceptable. She has to lose this side.
Yeah,
See, that's what I've been saying as well, because from the very beginning it was stacked, and I was like, Yutano has to do something, and then it got worse when she got ambushed. I was like, all right, now she really has to do something, and then it got even worse when their supplies got burned. I'm like, okay, how do they win this now? Because like even from the beginning it was bad.
yeah.
She's taken out. You know what? People were getting onto me when I said she retreated. I remember Dustin got onto me as well when I was like, when they first started and she ran away. And I was like, she's retreating. That's retreating. She ran away. She ran away. And then she saw the mountain. She saw the mountain. She ran up it. She thought, oh yeah, I've got the advantage. Now I'm on the mountain. And we see what happens. This war is completely in on that side of Ryoyo is complete. I've forgotten what was the purpose of Ryoyo again? What was the purpose to take it? Ryoyu.
Yeah, I mean, like, their whole thing was just a defense force. Like, I mean, if they get, like, I gotta go back and read it too, but I'm pretty sure, like, once they get that that city, it's pretty much like they have to get that and Atsuyu, and like from taking that, they can try and like gain, I guess, those like supplies and stuff from there, like strongholds, because like they're gonna need to like find like something to like, chill in for a little bit, and then see if there's any like supplies, because at this point, like, they're going to start losing supplies. And like the only thing you're going to get supplies wise to keep you going in the war is taking over certain cities. And the main ones that we've gotten were from like, aside from Gyu, is like Ryoyu and Atsuyo. So like the second, like, let's say where Yotama was able to take them out and like they have provisions there, it'll help them out for a little bit. But it just depends too on like how much of the army though is still there. Because like, can you guys see it in a situation if Yotama were able to like, say like she kills or pretty much, forces Rozo to submit, would that number of soldiers that they have in his army, would they surrender under Yotama and where like pretty much have to like no choice would work or her, kind of like almost like what happened with Osen, like way back. I forget that it was in Sanya.
Because I feel like when we heard about Yotama uniting the mountains, we never saw her do it and how she got them on their side, right? Yeah. Like, and Rozo's men, they're old school, man. I just feel like if they just submit, it's kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't really like that either. It would feel like a bit contrived for me.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say about Ryoyu that let's say they do take Yo, and like Retsubi right now is occupied by Kocho with like 50,000 troops, so they could potentially use Ryoyu City as a new way to open the supply path.
Yeah.
Wait, who? As in Kin?
Yeah, Kin.
Are they closest to the mountains though? If I go back to the map, I'm pretty sure they're closest to the mountains with Ryoyu, no?
Yeah, they are.
Someone got the map.
I'll take a look. Let's see.
Well, okay, so let's say Yotama, well, she should. Let's say she loses this, right? How Zao in the defensive position? How can they? How can I say this? How can they take advantage, I guess, of this? Like, what does it do? I guess it frees up troops where they can go and roam, but it's not like Rozo's gonna leave Ryoyu, right? So,
yeah.
I was thinking that Shinsuju, like, he just leaves Yotama with Rozo and just takes like a detachment of, let's say, 20, 30K and goes to save Gyo.
That would be good. That would be pretty smart. I like how Roboku can just leave SSJ to do what he wants. I feel like he's one of the few competent in Zao right now. I mean, since Kesha.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, Kisu has been disappointing so far. Gakue, let's not speak about him.
That guy.
Gakue is just an afterthought at this point. I don't even care for Gakue at this point. Like, if let's say, like, for example, like Aku kills them, like, what does that mean? Like,
it's so annoying how they just closed the second day and Gakue did nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I was kind of thrown off about that because I'm thinking like we may see like a little bit more in the second day, and like that was it. Like we just get the sunset, and like there we go. Get ready for the third day.
I was thinking that as the days pass on, like the generals, they might switch around on the battlefield, and I'm thinking that because Ohan is way too much for Gakue, like we don't need him to like one shot him. So I was thinking, since Rikusen got hyped up, maybe him and Gakue have like a spear fight or something, and that will kind of hype up Moten's right hand man.
So they completely switch. So Moten goes to the right flank basically, and then Ohan switches to the left. Or
it doesn't have to happen like that. Like Gakue can switch or like whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, that's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, regardless, I still think like the Gakue unit still needs to kind of get some kind of shine on the battlefield. Like strategy alone, like I still think like it's a good thing to have, but in terms of fighting prowess, like I don't want it to be like the distance is so like I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Ohan's an amazing fighter. He is, and you know how my feelings are on Ohan. But it's like at the same time, like if you're gonna have this Triforce of Kingdom, which is the term I gave them, you can't have that distance be so different where there's two pieces connecting and one isn't. And if Molten's not connecting, like to me, it's just like he'll have that one thing, but he shouldn't have the other thing that makes them the Triforce basically. Like Ohan, he's showing off his strategy. He's getting his fights. Shen is the other way around. He's getting his fights. He's not known for strategy. That's why he has Cardio 10 and Kyokai 4. But with him, it's like we know he can fight Mo 10. It's just now a matter of like, okay, put up or shut up, basically. Are you going to be a Koshu who's going to be known more on strategy, or are you going to be someone that's a mix, kind of like an Oki, but like to a lesser extent where it's not the brutes, but like he can still fight but have the strategy with them?
I feel like he's going to go down the strategy route. Most of his
feats
so far have been because of strategy.
I mean, we've seen him at Coalition versus Koyoku, and he's been comparable to Shin and Ohan in terms of combat.
Yeah. And
he was pretty strong back then. He just hasn't had really a chance to show him to prove himself.
Yeah, like I still feel in those 5 years he trained. Like he for sure like he got like I can't lie, he got kind of embarrassed the way like how like Kanme kind of came and got him. And despite it wasn't really his fault, like he couldn't do nothing, man. Kanme was just a monster. But like at the same time, you would feel like, damn, like I wanted like not let a situation like that happen again. Like I wasn't strong enough to be in that position. So for sure, in those 5 years, he had to have trained and stuff. Like I'm sure Mobu's not gonna let a son of Mobu like get smashed up in the next fight. Like you have to have trained, basically. Now I just want to see it. But it's just a matter of like who exactly, like because I keep saying it would be Kisui. Kisui would be the perfect opponent because I still see Shin facing Gyoun. That is like the fight for Shin in this arc, leading up to Gyu, and then whatever happens to Kantan, Hoken, Riboku, whatever. Like
that Gyoun guy, his helmet threw me off. I was like, wait, who is this? I thought it was like Cho Gyoryu. I was like, wait, don't they have the and then someone commented like they have the same helmet.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because Gyoun's the one that has like the very slender kind of face and stuff, and then Chogaryu is the one that looks more like the I don't know how to say it, but those people with the eyebrows and stuff where they're so like caved in, you can't even see their eyes. It's kind of like that kind of thing with Chogaryu. But like, listen, man, if we get a Rishinjo flashback, I mean, we got a little bit of it now, but that's why I'm hyped about these two guys, because these are guys who rolled with a former Through Great Heaven, and something that's been hyped up since Sanyu, the whole thing with Renpa and like the Sworn Brothership that he has with Rishinjo. Like we're only gonna know about the past or like what they were like and stuff through those two. That's why I was me so excited. And I expect Gyoun to be a monster as well. Like probably more than Chogaryu.
So what do you guys think that Riboku's gonna do with Gyoun?
I think he's probably gonna stage an attack on the center.
I was thinking it might be possible that
Gyoun right now?
He's in the center. But I was gonna say it might be possible that he switches Bananji back to the center. Right, since Bananji's army is pretty much crippled, because you have like that synergy from like working together all those years.
He's in the center now.
Yeah, he's with Kinmo, if I'm not mistaken.
Center's so boring right now.
Yeah, because there's been nothing.
Yeah, they need to do something.
Maybe I don't know. Roku pretty much do anything, right? I mean,
I was confused why the center armies didn't clash on the second day. That was like my one complaint.
I mean, at the same time, like I can't really see now at this stage like Riboku's gonna make a move or anything. Like he's gonna wait and see how things go before he does anything. Or if anything, I think it's Osen that has to be the one that goes on the offensive.
Yeah.
But does he? But my thing is, like, does he actually go? Like, does he get up off his horse, or he goes along with the horse to go to the center and like do the job himself? Because
Osen would have no reason to do that because Riboku has like 20,000 more troops in the center than he does. So Osen's fine with just staying back and waiting for Riboku to attack.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, why isn't Riboku attacking? Because he has like 20,000 more men.
I feel like the way things are going now, Riboku is at the advantage. He should. I think he should wait and just let Osen respond to Osen rather than make a mistake. If that's possible for him. But anyway, like just respond to Osen, respond to what he does, and just let the flow of the battle as it is right now continue. I mean, I would pretty much be like, cool, SSJ, you're doing your thing. Now see the battlefield as you will, and decide whether you want to stay with Rosa or roam around. I would just let him be free, and then I'd sort out the left for Zhao, because that's the problem side right now. I feel like, all right, if Moten and Kisu's a stalemate, cool. It's the left that needs to be sorted out. Someone needs to spank, what's his name, Gakue, man. He's just
So maybe he sends like Kinmo probably to the left, and then he sends to the right. He sends so like from the right flank. Actually no, we go from the left side. If we were going from the left, it'd be Gyoun, and then to cover their right, it'll probably be Kinmo. So they'll send those guys. But then that kind of leaves the center open for like Riboku, Kane, Fute, unless he has some secret weapons. Hoken.
He might be waiting for Hoken.
But here's my thing. I still firmly believe this Sicko's gonna be waiting outside Gyu for Konki.
Why would he be there though?
He's gonna be roaming around. Like he doesn't. We know with him, he doesn't care. He does what he wants.
I think.
And
I
like
think he obeys Roku.
Like he.
I feel like
I think he does. He does. It's so.
This late is kind of like a disadvantage, and it's just kind of like really, really convenient for Kin that he's just still this rampaging, uncontrollable monster.
Yeah.
I mean, even Riboku can't really like control him. Like it's just a mutually beneficial relationship where Hoken gets to fight strong fighters if he listens to Riboku.
Yeah. Well, I kind of expected him to show up in the first day, though. Yeah, like I kind of expected him to show up on the first day. That kind of correlates to what happened during like the Battle of Bayou, like how he showed up on the first day, and like after that, that's what led to like Bite's death, and then like him finding Kyokai. Like I was expecting something similar to that. It just depends on like where would he show up.
I want him to just pop out and just like take someone's head. And it's like, what is he doing there? Just something random, man. That would be perfect. Like perfect height. He just pops out behind Osen, glaive in hand. It's like, whoa. Like,
and then Osen one-shots him, and we're like, holy fuck.
There he goes.
Osen is that nigga.
I'm going to read a comment real quick in the chat. Bao says, I like the theory that Gyoun gets moved to the right wing to replace Bananji. Bananji gets moved to the center. I need Shin versus Gyoun just because, like, if we're gonna get anything with Renpa, I still feel like for story purposes it has to be through Shin, since he has like the biggest connection to Renpa compared to like everyone else. From Moten to Ohan and stuff. Like I just feel that's an important thing. I want to know like what that connection's like. To see like a bit into the past, since we're probably never gonna get a prequel to Kingdom. Like during that time and era. So.
I feel like this chapter, the time it spent talking, Haryu's talking about cavalry and infantry of Kin for like how many panels, that was on purpose, and their whole army is definitely going to be used, not just some. I think it's not going to just be like send a little part of your unit this way. I feel like the whole Hishin unit is going to be used at some point. And definitely this chapter was like reminding us, hey, you've got all these guys here too, the Archer brothers, Kanda, all the the way that what's his name? Then he swerved the punch. What's his name?
His name escapes me. Give me a sec.
Shosa.
It gives an S.
Shosa.
What is Shosa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shosa. Yeah. But I'm talking about the other guy.
He did that.
Who was the guy that got punched? I forget his name.
The Dempsey roll. He was.
The guy that got punched.
Observation hockey.
I think his name is Dene.
Was it Dene?
Shosa.
I think it was Dene.
Yeah, I always keep getting his name mixed up with Denyu. Like Denyu. It's like, come on, man. Like, switch the names up. But Shosha, man, like him, like I want to see, man, like Sosui, Sugin, Garo, like get some action as well. Like
cool.
The guys who have been with it for so long, like even to some similar extent, I like to see it from Bihei as well. I don't want him just being this, the Usopp basically, of just like just being.
That's what he's gonna be though.
I know, but I expect
kill someone. It's gonna be an accident, and it's gonna be like, oh, I killed him. Like, it's just.
I mean, it's been like 9 years.
I feel that way.
It's been like 9 years with the Haishin unit, and this dude's a 10-man commander. Like he's not going anywhere.
He hasn't grown. Yeah. Would he would he be like? Would he have gone like a higher position had he been still alive?
What, his brother?
Yeah, had he still been alive, you think he would have had a higher position?
Yeah, because he was more like mature and reliable, right?
Yeah.
Bro died for the cause, man. Definitely.
I still get sad every time I read the bio. Like when he's like, "Oh, I'm going to sleep." Like, don't worry, I'm not dying. I'm going to sleep, and then he just doesn't wake up. Like that shit's impactful as hell, man. Like the first time you read it, you're like, "What?" Like, come on, man, you're joking, right? And it's like this is a saying among people die. Like,
yeah. Why do you think Hera's showing Candace so much?
showing
like,
what?
Showing what?
That's the name, right? Kanda, the new recruit, the infantry guy.
Oh yeah, the guy with the weird eyes.
Play a big role later on.
Was his name Kanda or Kato? Oh, is it
Kanto?
Sorry, Kanto. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been getting, like, he got a few panels.
Yeah, he's been getting a bit because he also got from Retsubi as well. Like during the whole incident where like one of his people, like one of his friends, got killed. I feel like at the same time too, like this is a perfect time for Hara to kind of like build like the younger generation basically of kin, because eventually like it's going to be passed down from like the current goats to eventually like the young guys and stuff like Shin, Moten, and Ohan, what they're getting right now. But same for like, you know, for Kanto, for Jin, for Tan and stuff, you know, like for those guys, you know, because eventually we're moving on to like a new generation. So like I think like those three in particular are going to get something. I just hope the archers, not one of them dies in this arc. Like I just have this weird feeling.
If one of them dies, let it be the fat one.
I know. Dude, Jin's my boy, man. He's gonna be piping 10 end of series. There's no way that Tan's gonna survive. I would be so furious if Tan's the one that survives.
You know what?
And I understand like he's
I think they're both gonna
like
I feel like end of series, like one of them is gonna face Hakure and the other one's gonna face Kyone.
Oh, Hakure.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Hakure. Hey, he's lit, man. I love that stuff he does with that carriage thing. Like, oh yeah, bring me it here. Stand up, snipe. That's what I feel like. Yo, if I was an archer, I'm sniping a commander straight, bro. Straight sniping a commander. I'm not trying to let them fight. No, man. I'm trying to take the kill. KS this, man.
Quinn is a troll, bro. This guy put the confident Beto. What a troll.
You know what panel like made me? It like kind of freaked me out, but like shocked me. Page 12, right, where 10 bumps into Kyokai. Why did he draw it like that?
I think
why is Kyokai looking like that?
You know how like every time she goes crazy for food, like if you remember there's one panel, I think this is during just before Kyoku heals. You remember
that makes sense.
Yeah, because you remember like they had like a drumstick or a chicken or something, and then like Shin's like asking her like, "Yo, give it to me," and then like she's like, "Nah." Like it's similar to that. Like she has this thing for food, and I think it's like they're really extending her character in terms of like her not being serious, but like having like that other side of her personality being shown off, where she's like one of the crew. You know, like she's more like she can really like show off that she's one of them, not just because she's a girl, she's have her own like thing.
That makes hella sense because it's like dinner's ready and then she's like appears and I'm like, wait, why is she like in intense face? Like, what you want to fight? Like, oh, yo, bro, thank you. That was bothering me.
Like I was expecting the table to get swatted at Shin from like Kyokai. It's like, oh, dinner's ready. Like, but it was crazy though when we saw how the provisions now are being reduced because of like what's going on basically, and like, I mean, the reason why they did it too because they didn't want to kind of like cause like any morale like trouble with morale and stuff, because then it's like, well, like we have to literally start like running dry with our supplies and not wasting them so much because of the situation. But like, I mean, especially what happens at the end of this chapter, which we'll get into in a sec. But like, I don't know, man. Like at the same time, like I think like in a situation like as a soldier, you kind of have to like understand that there's gonna be a chance that like if provisions are gonna be wasted, like through like a quicker process, depending on how quick this war is gonna be, then like you kind of have to understand like we have to keep it as low as possible. But now as we're seeing with SSJ, and we're gonna get into it, Heki's L, which how do you
think that makes the kin and mountain tribe of kin feel that their whole supplies are gone? Not just the effect of not having supplies. I mean, morale.
Yeah.
I mean, their morale is probably shattered. Like, it seems like a definite loss right now. I'm just hoping Yotan will execute Teki for this. That would be GOAT status right there. Just have her execute that.
That would be GOAT. I'd be like, cool.
You can't tell me she would be the GOAT if she does that.
But here's the thing, though, and I forgot. I think it was JCX, who always comes in the comment section and stuff for like the greatness. But like he told me something that's cannibalism that we could see, where Yotama's gonna pull up, she's gonna see what's gonna happen, and she's literally going to eat the enemies, or like eat pretty much like the corpses of like the enemies and stuff that they kill. So like I think of like what Konki's doing right now in Gyu. I believe he killed like some of the horses and stuff to pretty much use as meals so that they don't waste their provisions. They could do something like that. And I could see that where she could probably end up killing her enemies, bringing them back, and really cooking them, show how savage like the mountain tribes are compared to like Ryoyu, because they probably do the same thing. You know,
Rose on his people. That they have killed that many people and haven't lost that many people themselves.
Probably.
I mean,
but then
they can eat their own fallen comrades too.
I mean, if they do that, that's a bit.
Yeah.
We've seen them do like cannibalistic actions before, I think.
Yeah,
there's like a certain panel that showed it.
When they came in at Sai, when they like eating people when they were fighting.
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
Battle of Sai.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but like, because that could have been Ronkai.
They did his speech, and then they ran in, and then they were just going savage, and people were like eating people, right? But at least fighting people.
I'm trying to remember. That might have been Ronkai though.
Okay.
It upsets me to this moment. Where the hell is Ronkai?
That's what I've been asking, man. Where the hell is this dude?
This guy is literally the most important part of that army, low key, and he's not even here.
No, high key. You gotta put some respect on Ronkai's name.
Hey man, he survived a nice fight with Shin at the beginning of the series, so and Baggio.
He won before them.
He won before them. Yeah, that's true. It's true. He but Ronkai is the man. But I'm still pissed that we haven't seen him. Like I figured like I remember like when I got into like doing my reactions and stuff, and like when I would do like predictions, I remember I said like Ronkai would probably like come through and break down the walls of Retsubi because he's just that strong, and like the guy doesn't even show up. I'm like, Hara's setting something up for Ronkai, just like he set up for my boy Gakujo, but that's for another discussion.
Gakujo and Gakuya are from the same family?
It's weird. You know, think of like Oki and like Okutsu, the other member of the 6th grade generals. Like they'll have the same surname with the O, but like technically, it said that Okutsu is from the O family, but it hasn't been confirmed officially. But it could be a similar situation to that where like they have the same like surname, but not actually from the same family.
I'll give you a better example. Shoheikun and Shobunkun, they have the same surname, and we know they're not related.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's true. But like,
so it's possible, but not really guaranteed.
Antiform commented in the chat about the tunnels, right? And it made me think, like, how many tunnels do you think are in that Zhao have made? And do you think Osen will use them?
I mean, if Osen figures it out right away.
I feel like if he finds them, he would. But I feel like I don't know, man. Like, if he finds them, I'm going to be like, how did this guy find them? This is, like, unfair, man. It's just like, oh, convenient. I found the tunnel. Like,
yeah, no. How angry would you be if I told you right now that like Osen's gonna pull up at wherever end that tunnel is, and SJ is gonna walk right through, and then he's gonna see the glaive right to his neck from Osen.
Imagine that.
I'd lose my mind.
Come on, man.
I'm like,
he's just there looking, like, waiting.
And he just takes off the mask, and he has like the Rinnegan.
I mean, it's Osen, so you never know.
Exactly. We don't know what's under the mask. You know, you can have the Mangekyo Sharingan, you can have whatever.
Has anyone ever done a fan art of his real face?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, it's been done before.
Has it actually?
Yeah, it looked alright. I didn't really like it.
Do you think we'll see his face in this arc?
Yeah, when his head's rolling off his body.
I think we should.
Oh man, we know that's not gonna happen. Osen's the GOAT.
Yeah, Osen is the GOAT.
But even though I still prefer Mobu, you know, strongest in the heavens. Confirmed.
Yep.
Let's see. Is anything in the chat that sticks out? And see, Raboku constructed the tunnels when he visited Ryoyu. They might have been strategically constructed. I mean, they had definitely plotted to, like, again, they had the advantage in substance to their homeland, so like they could have whatever booby traps, like, so you know, different ploys kind of like set up, so that they can use to their own advantage. But like, I mean, it was kind of say like Osen kind of has people that are already in like Zhao, so he can kind of get some kind of info here and there. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm trying to remember, but like he has something listening to that.
Yeah, it's true. That fat guy in the Zhao court, he had like connections with Ryofui.
Yeah. So like I'm saying, like if it goes with like we came from that guy though, would he be able to know about the tunnels? Because here's the thing, because like I still feel like right now I see those two things when I read the end of the chapter. Either he sent people already before, like you think of like he sent like his own team first, and then he jumps in right afterwards to go and like kill Heki. Because I feel like if you're gonna do anything from the Zao side, you go at nighttime because you're the home team. You gotta take advantage right now to ruin like as much of their forces as possible. And I think that's a chance that SHA shouldn't waste. So because that's gonna really mess up things for Yotanwa because she's gonna lose those reserves that she needed plus the food supply, and it's like an all-out battle. She has no choice but to go through Ryoyu to get past like Rose on them, which is gonna be difficult, you know. But then from SSJ's standpoint, like if he's not going there, let's say to go and fight Heki, could he potentially be those tunnels connect to like any other area that might be going next to Chin, so like near the food supply?
Where's he going?
Because I could predict the tunnels will probably have a connection to Gyu. That's how I can get to. There's probably like an underground tunnel and stuff that connects into the city of Gyu.
I wouldn't put it past.
I don't know, man. That's like a ridiculous distance to dig.
Yeah, but they have these tunnels. Like, why not? It's your hometown. It's not like they could have been there for centuries. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The only thing that stops is like the moat.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
You know what I mean? Like the moat's the only thing that kind of stops it for me because unless I don't know, man.
You can go under a moat.
You good?
Yeah, because the moat still has a base, right?
Right. That's good. I don't know, man. Zao has a lot of things, but if Osen can get by this, like he's top 3 all time.
They built. It's, you know what? It makes sense. They built Retsubi to be a trap. They went and built a whole city to be a trap. To be a trap city, and they have tunnels. They have weird stuff, man. They could definitely have tunnels everywhere. It would just be really disadvantageous if they got found out by Kin.
Yeah. But it's like, damn, man. Because like if Olsen were to figure all that out, like what do he do? He's gonna bury them alive?
He'd use them probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, for himself.
You know, a war of tunnels, like.
Or the best thing that they do, they get Ronkai, start digging tunnels and stuff for real time. What? You're gonna see like they're gonna be in Ryoyu plotting, and then you're gonna see a huge hole pop out, and Ronkai's gonna start eating people alive because he's indestructible. Oh man. Let's see. SSJ confirmed Earthbender. Is he the Avatar? Oh, that's Roboku.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Did anyone else want to see what Moten did? Because it said that he was able to counter their offense, and I've always wanted to see how strategists in a flat terrain they could counter against an army that has like better offensive power than theirs. Like it said he went a soft approach, but like I just wanted to see like how he did that.
Bate said the way he said it was like they're doing like a hit and run sort of thing, like the first day. He's like, what the hell is wrong with our enemy? They spent the whole day dancing around us like a bunch of flies. So was it like a hit and run strategy like the first day? I mean, that's what I initially assumed.
I just wanted to see how it was done.
Yeah, because it says like they were pretty much like as a new reborn kin on the left battlefield ended up in a complete stalemate. So they were going at it like where it's like, you know, pretty much, I wouldn't say 100%, well, could be 100%. So like it wasn't like where like you think of like how in the middle of that fight after Mako died, their morale went down. Like you say they had like the advantage afterwards for Zao. Now it's like pretty much they're at the same like level. They're going at each other and stuff. Like there's no like real change. And that's what Moten like pretty much was doing. Like, you know, keeping things like even as possible. Let's see what is here. Yeah, because they had they still had the advantage in strength and numbers, but like everything pretty much with the way that Moten wanted to. What else is here? Approach soft counter. Yeah, this is the translation here was weird. Because I read it as like Moten's deft to use of soft counter. I don't know if that's a translation error or not, or I could pronounce the word wrong. But Moten's deft use of soft counter would have made him the day's winner were anyone keeping score.
So it seems like his parrying stuff, right? Like the whole.
I think I was thinking that, but I'm thinking also too, like whatever strategy he could have used as well could have countered whatever Kisu was doing to go in for the attack. Because counter, like I mean, I don't know.
What's bugging me is that day one, Kisui. Okay, so when Mako died, right? They were. Okay, before Mako. Okay, wait. So Mako was like pressing Kisui and Bate, right? They were Zao at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Roku came in, caused chaos, killed Mako, right? Zao instantly have the advantage, right? But Kin survived because Moten takes over, but he also has his spearman guy and Shin at his disposal. Shin is no longer there. How is he able to just match Kisui now all of a sudden with the lack of Shin? And it's not like Zhao's forces haven't changed. Like they still have the same commanders, the same people they had. They still have the advantage in numbers. How is Moten just suddenly like? Yeah. It must be the hit and run strategy.
Yeah, and I know what you mean, but like Kisu's army, they had like a lot of momentum right there. Like they were on the verge of winning, and then Moten was barely able to like bring it back to like a stalemate kind of. And now like on the second day, it starts off with both of them on equal grounds pretty much.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like Moten, he might like catch an L soon. Like not like a big one, but I feel like Kisui has to get a feat this war because he's been pretty underwhelming. And Kin like right now has been winning both of the side wings. So I feel like if one wing has to like get like a slight fuck up, it might be Moten, because it was also kind of foreshadowed when Moten was like, I don't have enough experience to go up against an opponent like Kisui.
Yeah.
So I feel like something might happen there.
Yeah, like he kind of like overestimated pretty much like whatever like plan he had. Like he overthought it basically, and like it could have been more simple than it was. And then that's where
that's just Moten. That's just Moten being humble as always. But I feel like it is some type of foreshadowing.
It could be because Kisui gets bodied here, man. That's so super disappointing, considering like how much he was built up and stuff. Like I would feel more impressed with Bate at this point than I would be with Kisui. And Bate's an idiot. Like the second he disrespected Osen, his foot was in the grave. Like it just matters now who takes his head, because I would like to see Rikusu take it. So.
I don't know, man. I don't think Rikusen's up to the task.
I don't know. His spear is apparently on the level or close to the level of Ohan. So,
stop it. Stop it.
Hey, Gaku Gramps does not lie, okay?
He's overhyping the boy.
He never lied in his life. He saved the young master from dying off a tree, even though his father should have been watching him. But
it just annoys me, man. Kisui is just useless. He should have died, and Kesha should have survived, man. Kesha would have done way more in this war than Kisui.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever saw like the side story. You know, for Keisha, like because I own the volume for it now. I think it was volume 44, 46, 44. Basically, like it goes into detail of like how Riboku actually met him and stuff. But like I read it, and it's like it felt like something like he thought of on the spot for 10, 15 minutes. I think Darkseid
it's so basic.
Yeah, it's just like it's so simple, and it's like I would like to know more of it, but at the same time, it's like from what was given, it's like, nah, I don't care. Like, it's like okay, like whatever. But like Keisha's still like a great character, but like it's kind of disappointing where it's like, I still owe you that debt. You know what I mean?
I
like
was never really that interested in Keisha's character, anyways.
Yeah, I mean it was just because that little part, like the whole spider thing, where it's like, I still owe you that debt. And it's like, what is that debt? And then I go and read that part, and it's like, what? Like that's so whack. Come on, man. Like. It's not like you lost all your your respect for me, but I don't know, man. But any predictions though for next week's chapter? Well, 2 weeks from now. Next 2 weeks from now's chapter. What do you guys think it's gonna go down? Do we switch over to Osen, his perspective? Do we go back to Yotanwa?
I feel like we have to go to Yotanwa, like see how she reacts to this.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna be desperate now, and she wants to get that 1v1 with Rosa. Like she's gonna just be very aggressive and like try to end it as fast as possible. And Shinsuji's gonna use that against her and get past her. And then I think we might also see that strategy meeting between Eiko and Ohan.
Yeah,
I want to see Riboku's strategy meeting. Rather what he's doing with going. But like what you said, the one-on-one would be. Imagine. Have you seen the movie Troy? With Achilles, and he's like, he goes to the city and pulls out the best warrior.
I haven't seen it either.
Send your best warrior. Like, Yotanwa goes like, send Rosa. We'll fight to the death. The winner takes all.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I wouldn't like that because if we see the Mobu versus Kanmei battle, like Mobu had to earn like getting to Kanmei. It wasn't just like, all right, face me right now, and then like whoever wins, like the army win. Like I feel like that would be kind of BS if like Rosa just gets cocky and it's like, I'm gonna 1v1 you and kill you, and then he just dies, and then they lose the battlefield because of that. Like I want Yotanwa to earn it and like force the 1v1 through like some tactics.
Like she does something similar to like if you guys play Kingdom Hearts, if you ever played like the Kingdom Hearts 2, it was like I was about to say Shin. It was Sora versus the Thousand Heartless. If we see a scenario where like Yotam was like running through the Rosa army to get to Rosa, because she dude, like there's too much hype to her, whereas like she has to pull off something of that level to like balance the hype that she's been getting. Otherwise, anything that's seen lower than that doesn't
I
fit
feel
the
like
skill.
she's still overhyped.
Yeah, I
feel
agree.
like up until now, even when she saved Say and saved the coalition war, I still think she hasn't done anything to earn the hype she has. I feel like she has the hype because she's a woman in the kingdom, and everyone's like fanboying over her, and you know, she has like the moment where she screams at her troops, the Lord of Death and all that. But the hype she gets, like sixth grade general, I'm just like,
But that's the thing though, because people say like what she did conquering the Western Mountain tribes, like that's so amazing. Like it's a good leadership feat,
how
but
weak they were.
no,
Yeah.
because it was literally stated that the Xiong knew that Riboku like basically no diff. Like they're like 3 times like smarter than any army Yotanwa has fought before. Like they're stronger, they're like a bigger army. So like the armies that Yotanwa conquered up until that point were like nothing compared to the Xiongnu, like to the north of Zhao. And we saw what Riboku did to those guys. Like he destroyed them.
Yeah. It's like he was training with them, like
Yeah.
sessions. I don't know. Like, I just feel like her height, and you can't even say, or I will say what I want about her, but you say bad things about her, and all the fanboys gather. Like, riding in.
Yeah, let me get some of these predictions real
Can
quick.
she die? Do you think she dies? Do you think she can die in this war?
No. She can't. She dies now, bro. Hara's catching a dropkick into the nearest river in Japan.
Why can't she die?
Because it's Beitanwa. Like
no. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's exactly what. That's what's wrong with her character. No. Why can't she die? It makes the mountain stuff irrelevant.
It's not like she can't die, but it's like I don't think she will because of the history between the mountain tribes and like.
It's just like that. And all the build-ups she's had thus far in the series. If she dies now, it goes to waste. Like, how can you build a character up where she has no problem going against the strongest? Like, I mean, again, Mobu's confirmed the strongest now, but at the time, Hoken is considered the biggest threat to Chin.
Mobu's the GOAT, man.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm
no
talking
one's fucking with Mobu right now.
Hold on. I'm still talking about the
I don't know about that.
Mobu had a broken arm, but if he still killed him, then yeah, he solos any verse. But at that moment, it technically was if we're going full HP, then that's a different story. But actually no, Hoken had the arm, but he still could have killed Shin even with that one arm.
You did kind of get punked by Shin though.
People when he fights, man. He's
that's the thing.
Sitting at 50% HP every fight.
Yeah, like that's the thing that bugs me because it's like if he had both his arms, there's no way Shin's winning that fight. As he is at that moment, he's not winning that fight. He dies at the coalition if he's playing 2-armed Hoken.
But about the Otomo thing, like I was gonna say that it's been built up ever since that old like King. He had that relation with the mountain tribes. And then the mountain tribes came to Kin's aid like twice now in like clutch moments, and it's like it's been built up for like Yotanwa's dream of the mountain tribes, them expanding to the plains and like living better lives. Like that kind of goes like side by side with Sei's dream of unifying China. So it'd be kind of underwhelming if like all this setup just for Yotanwa to just die on the first like big war she's part of.
But then how does she survive? Because then it's just nonsense. It's BS if she doesn't.
I guess like we can't see it can't be off screen. Like it can't be off screen. We have to see it for itself as how she's pulling this off.
Only thing I'm accepting for her living is she retreats. So I can be happy and say, look, she retreated. I don't want to hear nothing more. That's the only way she can survive this. She has to retreat. Because there's no way she could be winning this.
Yeah, I mean, if she pulls this off and she figures this out, where do we rank her now?
Wait, doesn't Osen behead her if she fails? Isn't that what we were told at the beginning? If you fail your mission, you die, right?
Yeah, I think that was, but it wasn't exactly for that. But it was like when they were marching, they were like, if you fall behind, you're gonna die. But if he's willing to execute them for like something that small, then obviously
she lost 10 days worth of supplies, and she's about to take an L. She has to die. She has to die. Harry, you can't put that in there and just take it away for convenience. No, she took the L. She can't even match Rosa's troops. She now lost 10 days worth of supplies, and she's already outnumbered. She's gonna lose, and she should be executed. That's my thoughts.
I just can't see a kingdom without Yotamo. That's all.
I can.
I just can't.
We got Karen, man. It's cool.
I mean, that is very true. I can't wait for Chu. I'm not joking, but the second we get back to Chu, I'm on Team Chu.
Yo, Chu is lit, man. That's gonna be so. That was the whole. I don't know, man. I can't wait to Wei as well because I feel like they're gonna have some crazy stuff going on there. We're gonna see.
I still feel like their generation, like the young generation too. I hope that like really gets explained there in both pretty much in every other state. Because like regardless, like if we're looking 10 years from now, let's say from the 15-year plan, like there should be a lot of people from the young generation that are coming up that are going to pose like some kind of threat. You know, not just for like the other states, but for like, you know, the other ranks and stuff. You know, guys that are trying to strive for that general rank. Where like all these younger guys are gonna come in that probably could be better from a potential standpoint. So
has Hara ever stated that he is following history to a T?
Okay, from what I remember, is that like things
stated that he tries to follow the history as much as possible, but there's things that he changes just for like story's sake. So like but the thing about the history is like. It's not even that much information because I've read the history and it's just like this is the battle of whatever this side wins. So like Har basically like makes up everything from there. Like in real history, Riboku wasn't even part of this war, so Har just added him in just to make it like more entertaining.
Yeah. Also, just really quick though for the people in the chat, no spoilers and stuff regarding history, mods if you can, just make sure just in case. Yeah. I shouldn't say this. Some guy decided in one of my comment sections, this is like maybe like 4 months ago, they wrote a message in Chinese. And like the dumbass that I was, I had to go. I'm like, why are you? I'm thinking this is some Korean. So I'm like, what the fuck what'd you send me? So I go to Google Translate. And it was like rough. I couldn't fucking understand half of it. But the main thing, it has something to do with Gakujo. And I couldn't understand the rest of the thing. But I'm like this better be like, you know, not some troll shit in Chinese. Like you're telling me like, you know, this guy doesn't matter or some shit. Like basically, I don't know, man. It's some troll in China, you know, saw my video and just like, yeah. But he's still now like I'm not joking. If Hara does not bring back Gakujo in this arc, I'm gonna throw hands with him. You cannot write a character that got all this hype from Renpa, who had brought out 60%, and then like, you know, that's it. You don't tell a guy go get stronger and you're not gonna come back. He didn't even get a bubble. Like let's say if he died, right, or got outcasted, or like, you know, sent to another state, he would have got a goddamn box said, oh yeah, by the way, he got sent to another state. You write that in. You don't like just that's it. Like forget about it.
I don't know if he'll make an impact on this one. Do you think we're
like I'm not saying he'll make I'm not saying he'll make an impact, but like he's gonna be there. There are people who still think that he's not even gonna be like he's not gonna show up, nor he's gonna be irrelevant in this arc, which is stupid. Like this is a guy who's a rank below the 3 great heavens. It doesn't matter. Like any person that can help out Zhao in this war is going to be beneficial.
I mean, like, at this point, I can see what they're talking about. Like I don't see Gakujo making an impact on this war. Like I don't think he'll be here. Like just because the numbers are already stacked up against Quinn, and like Gakujo's going to come now too. Like nah, I can't see it. I think either he's in Southern Zhao, like on that part of the map that I showed you about.
Yeah.
Either that, or he went to like Yan or something.
Yeah, because I remember they showed me because like basically there's a little pocket that connects to I think it was Zhao, Wei, Yan. No, sorry, Zhao, Wei, Han, Chu, and I think with Qi. Which if you look at that, like any state that rolls in and knows there's an invasion going on, if they run up that thing, they can literally get to freaking Kantan just from that route. And you're gonna need
there has to be like at least one legit general there defending.
Yeah, I mean, unless that's where Hoken is right now, and he's just swatting away all these different people at the moment. Like,
can anyone invade Kim right now?
Can anyone evade Kim? They said like it's Chu. I'm pretty sure Karin. Like she knows like whatever's going down in Zhao, she's keeping tab. Like everyone's keeping tabs on it. If remember, I think it was 417 or 418. No, 415 or 416 was around there when we got like all the people like Kohome, Karin. We got to see like what Han's King and stuff, where they were like literally paying attention to the whole area, like what was going on. I remember that one panel from Riboku before like the beginning of this arc where he's like, should the chance come where Kin takes out Zhao, like Karin's not wasting an opportunity. She's rolling through into Kin to take that land afterwards. The only thing is she going to be able to get through Mobu? I don't know, man. Mobu's the GOAT. But then We don't know what she's packing. They have like over what 1 million people in their army. They got the elephants.
I mean, I think she has like over 300,000 troops, like just from her own personal army.
Yeah, that was the thing that Rayan pretty much said before when like he knew all this stuff, which is I still feel that guy's gonna be something else too, man. The fact that he knows all this information, the long lost brother to Karen, like he's gonna be a big player in this story soon. Let me see if anything in the chat really quick. Probably wrap it up in a little bit, but let me see. Gakujo got to stick to Yan to hype them up. I mean, Yan kind of does need a little bit of hype too, especially the way Ordo's being kind of portrayed. Even though we know there's probably more guys
definitely.
and stuff. And like I think
like we know there's more guys,
yeah.
but it's like, why does it feel like Ordo's the only Yan general? Like, why couldn't another Yan general go take back those cities while Ordo kept attacking Zhao?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It could be a running joke for Hara that he's doing this right now with Ordo, but like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like the other thing too is I kind of still feel like they're going to be one of the toughest opponents when it comes to a defensive standpoint, just because like if you look at their like where their country, where the state and stuff is, like they have like all these like mountain terrain and everything, and I think their kingdom most likely is built upon a mountain, or like at least behind a mountain. So it's like you to get to them, you literally have to run through the mountains and like all like the forts and all that kind of stuff that's up there to be able to enter the kingdom, which that could be fortified as well, kind of similar to Kantan, which should be expected for any capital. Like if your capital isn't like as like guarded, kind of like how Kanyu and the Kantan, then like you're getting destroyed, bro. Like you see Karin loving the chat. I love this actually. Man, I can't wait for Karin, man. Can't wait. I got so hyped when we saw her, man. This was great. Let me see. Gakujo would have to defect to Yan after his loss to Renpa, since Gakuki was a great channel from Yan. Because Gakuki originally was in Zhao, then he was bribed afterwards with Gekishin to go and work with Yan. I mean, could have been a similar situation, but does he become more Gakuki or becomes more of Gekishin?
I think it's more Gakuki because we've seen that Gakujo he likes loyalty. Like he was kind of disappointed at Renpa for leaving Zhao. Yeah. So I don't think it's like a situation where Gakujo would leave for riches. It would probably be the Zhao King kicking him out.
Yeah, definitely. It just sucks we never actually got that in the mod. Like it doesn't like hard never show that unless we are gonna get something later on, probably in Yan of like an extension to that part of the story. But like I don't know at this point. Oh god, anti-form. He's like only generals Lordo and Leki Shin. The L's, come on. Very this. Well, I mean, with Ordo, I mean, I have to call him Lordo. With Gekishin, I mean, it's Hoken, man. You can't underestimate Hoken. That guy's gonna run you up.
I mean, at the same time for Ordo, it was Osen and Shiba show. Like those guys are pretty beastly.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Let me see, but yeah, spoiler: China gets involved in World War II. Devil, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Yeah, just want to see. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So yeah, if you guys anything else you want to say regarding the chapter and stuff, I mean, the whole thing though with like for next I guess 2 weeks from now, we can kind of assume like I guess I got my predictions, but basically we'll go back to like Otanwa. We'll see what goes down from there, and I'm kind of going to go with what JCX was saying, like where she's probably going to go back there with like all the corpses and stuff of the Zhao troops, and then they're going to start eating people. That's their way to survive, and I guess it's like. Because Heki probably does not, I mean, most likely doesn't believe in that kind of stuff with cannibalism. And that's where Yotoma's going to try and, like, convince him, like, in dire straits, you have no choice, but you got to do shit you don't want to do. And if you are a man, you got to do it. Like, for him, it's like, if you want to live, you got to do some shit. So, we could get that. And then, like, I guess, like, that's where technically the third day is going to kind of commence, like, at the end of the chapter, where we could begin that. And whether we stay with Ryoyu or not, that kind of depends. But I would like to go back to the center and kind of see, like, Osun's, like, next move's going to be. Or either that or we go back to the Rupoku and see what Gyoun. If we go back to Gyoun, man, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be hype. M-Shin, hopefully some flashback stuff.
I do think we need to see some stuff from Gyoun. It just depends because it might take up, like, the entire chapter with, like, the Otamo thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Prediction. Shin bangs Kyokai at the end of this war.
He should.
Most likely. I mean, like, would it have to be now? I mean, but then again, I still feel like she's gonna be fighting one of the Shius and stuff from like her tribe. Because I remember, like, even though like they killed off Yu Ren, they're still trying to figure out like who the next Shu is. I'm pretty sure by this point they know that Yu Ren's dead or like MIA. Like we know she's dead, but like for them, it's like she's probably MIA. So they probably started the next ritual already, and they have somebody else who probably replaced her. Whether she's strong as Yu Ren or not, I mean, we can kind of assume Kyokai is already above that position.
Yeah, I don't think the next Shu would be as strong as Yuren, so I think like it would kind of be redundant because Kyokai already beat the strongest one.
Yeah, because I remember I said like in my discussion regarding like Tojo and like how I see his death and stuff. I could definitely see something where like maybe like Riboku because of the assassin thing, right? He might have had a connection to Yu Ren based on the fact that like Yu Ren had like a pardon pretty much with the King of Zhao with Tojo because he used to work in Wei. She pretty much was kicked out because like she was too crazy to handle. And eventually, like as she roamed like the mountains and stuff and made her way to Zhao, she had that conversation with the king with Tojo. So she at the time probably worked under as like kind of like an assassin group, and maybe at some point they kind of like worked together with Riboku. So from there, like maybe Riboku, because he has those kind of ties with like Yu Ren and them, like he probably has ties to the Shiyu clan. So maybe like we could see the Shiyu come back, and that's probably like another like forces basically from Riboku, whether to use for my Kingslayer theory, which I still feel Riboku's going to take out Tojo, whether or not Gyu gets taken down like sooner or later, or is he going to use them afterwards to kind of infiltrate probably the Kin forces, and that's where Kyokai is probably going to face in like one of the members of the Shiyu.
I don't know, man, because when Kyokai was fighting Yuren and she brought up Hoken, Yuren was like, Hoken, that Zhao dog, like she was kind of like looking down on Hoken for like being used by Zhao like that, so I kind of feel like she wouldn't be in relationship with Zhao.
Maybe.
Maybe she just doesn't like Hoken.
Probably. I mean, she is psychotic, but then again, Riboku deals with Hoken on a daily, so like, I don't know if it gets any sicker than that, but let me see. Is there anything else in the chat real quick? Sorry, gets one with this. Sorry, you got too hyped and one shot by Hoken. Who? I don't even know. Yotama would need to bring enough bodies from the battlefield to feed 50,000 people. She'll find a way. If Ronkai still exists in the story, she'll find a way.
Melozzo hates that saying. It's like, how does Yotama win this? She'll find a way.
I don't want to see no yes. I just want to see facts.
Yeah. How disappointed would you be if Heki's the one that ends up killing SSJ?
I'd be very upset because SSJ is a beast.
Yeah, he's like
to stick up in wings. He's just screaming go Super Saiyan at this point.
Yeah,
Super Saiyan.
Again, the hype for me, it's crazy because like I'm starting to think like I feel like some of the scars on Riboku's body are a result of SSJ because we know like he's part of like the Xianghu, like he speaks the tongue of the Xianghu, and I'm thinking like there's a possibility when Riboku went and killed those people, he at one point fought SSJ, and SSJ actually managed to leave a scar on him.
Maybe like a surprise.
That'd be pretty hype.
So yeah, can you imagine like Riboku's like, yeah, it's like don't underestimate him. He's the only one in like they could say some crazy shit. Like it's been like how many years since the last time someone laid a cut on my body? Oh yeah, SSJ. You know what I mean? Someone who got that close, like that's you don't underestimate him. And if Yotama were able to kill him,
What's
it's
his
like
weapon?
He's what, a sword?
Yeah, he has a sword because we saw him like push through the mountain tribes after he was kind of fucking with Yotama.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast, man. That moment when he was riding with the horse,
yeah,
the rope, the guys on the back getting pulled, it was like, yeah.
And he pointed at death, yeah.
Oh,
and then like he called the shot like
no
Babe
fucks given.
Yeah, he did like the Babe Ruth. He's like calling that shot and everything. I'm just like, yo, like SSJ, man.
Some people were trolling and saying that he was really pointing at Heki.
That'll be good foreshadowing because then look what's going on right now. Yeah. Like, I don't know, but I still feel like SSJ, like if a smart move for him right now, go and take out Heki, get rid of those reserves, and then like it makes it very difficult afterwards for for Yotama, whether she retreats. I mean, like Olsen has all the right to kill her.
But then it's like thinking her surviving until Olsen sacrifices her. So,
listen, I trust Hara not to do the wrong thing, so like he'll find a way. Let me see. Yeah, I think Riboku was fighting against SSJ when he was at the north. I still feel that, man. Like, because that would be like with Bananji, it's like we got the hype with him already and stuff. Like the fights he's been in and everything. Like the Renpa level strength. Like SSJ, like that's all he needs. If he was able to land a cut on Riboku, like that's hype. Or like that's amazing build to his character where it's like he's not just some like guy who's just being hyped up for nothing. Like you managed to land a cut on like arguably one of those like the most top tier people in the series. Like that's something to like, you know, respect. And then it's like if Hecky kills them, it's like I'd be angry. I'd be so angry.
I just want Hecky to die. Like I don't want him to do anything cool. Like fuck Hecky.
I mean, like if he goes out, I kind of still want something where like Shin's there at that moment. I don't want it to be like he just dies and that's it. Because like again, like he's been one of the people since like the very beginning. So like if Shin's probably going to be there at that moment somehow, whether it be like, you know, Shin gets tasked to go to Ryoyu to help out. I mean, that's another thing too. Like unless like Osen knows the situation, what's going on from every battlefield, and you know there's problems going on, then like he can always send Shin over. Like he doesn't need to keep him in the center the entire time. He could always switch him over, send him to Ryoyu to kind of help him out. But like I mean, they would be of help, but how much? If let's say they have 50,000 people in there in Ryoyu, you know, would Shin and his troops be like of the 8,000? Would they be able to like run right through at least maybe like 10,000 of them? And we assume these guys are probably the strongest of like what's between Atsuyu and Ryoyu and Gyu at the moment.
Yeah, speaking of Osen, I want to see his reaction to this because we know he's a very cautious general, and like he's confident against Riboku, but to get this news that all of Yotamo's supplies have been burned down, like it's pretty much, it looks like it's over for her. So I want to see how he would react to this. Like there's a chance that he would be like, all right, fuck it, let's escape. Like it's over, we lost. But like just for story's sake, we know that's not going to happen. But like based on his character, like that seems like something he could do.
Yeah, if it's unfavorable, we retreat. Tactical retreat.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be happy with that.
Of course you would. I mean, then again, if we go to Chu afterwards, I'll probably be saying the same thing. But then again, Karin has enough fear to, you know, embody into somebody. They're not going to want to mess with her.
Yeah, Chu's gonna be lit.
I can't wait, man. Chu, like Koen. I hope he's hype. I hope he lives up to the hype. And if it happened, if it meant, you know, there's a lot of things, man. Kuyoku, like my discussion I made like months ago, like I have so much hype to the, you know, the Thunder of Chu. Like I can't wait. It's gonna be so lit. But anyways, we're probably gonna wrap it up here then, because like, you know, it's already been over the hour limit. So any last thoughts you guys want to say before I wrap it up?
Heiki's face.
You say what?
Heiki's face.
Heiki's face.
It was a glorious face, man. It was pretty meme worthy.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for a BDV to like make some good Hecky memes.
Oh,
we know he's a Hecky fanboy, so he might like skip out on the memes this time.
You know what I was gonna do, and I know this is too cruel, but if you guys still follow like One Piece, like, you know, with Judge Vin Smoke, because I know that this character, I was gonna literally do something where I faded his face into the fire where Hecky's looking into it.
You know, that is a good comparison. Like they do seem like similar type characters. Judge and Hecky.
Yeah. But then I'm like, yo, BDP already took like one small L with Hecky. I don't want to give him two because the Judge is already a walking L in Whole Cake Island, but that's another time for our story. But yeah, thank you guys for coming through as always. Darkseid, Melozzo.
No problem.
Next week I'm planning to do like another stream, probably a different discussion, you know, something else for Kingdom. But I'll keep you guys noted, of course, for that, since we're gonna be on break. But if you guys enjoyed this live stream, please leave a like on the stream if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Make sure to follow Melozzo on his Twitter, his YouTube channel. Fellow 500-man commander, always a pleasure having you on here, and hopefully, you know, we try to do more of these often. Hopefully, try to get you in, get your inputs on Kingdom, and as always, man, thank you for coming through. And Darkseid, I know you don't have like a channel right now, but where can people get in contact with you to discuss about the Kingdom greatness?
The Kingdom Discord, man. Pretty lit there. We have Kingdom discussions there all the time. Definitely. Okay, you know, you can probably like in the comments, or like I'll promote it after. You send me the link again to the Discord, and I'll make sure to promote it. That way, you guys you can just pin it in the comment section. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, like I said before, like and subscribe. Make sure to check all these guys out. You know, great people in the Kingdom community, and stay tuned afterwards for the Discord. Link in the description below. Yeah, there you go. Bal's already linking. I think it's the Kingdom one. I don't know. It could be the other one. It doesn't matter. But like I said before, guys, like the stream if you enjoyed. Subscribe. 500-man commander status almost here. And with that being said, have a good night. Commodore Laz and comrades signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.